We play against Doflamingo. They choose to go first. We have a searcher in hand and early plays, so we keep this hand. They play Roronoa. And pass. We play Dadan to search for Nami here. And pass. They attack with leader without using the ability, and we will take this one. No trigger. They play character Doflamingo, blocker. And I guess, because they attack like that, probably nothing interesting at the top of their deck. So we might have small advantage here. We have interesting choices here. So I want to play Nami and play a 1-drop or a 3-drop. Or we can play Amavista into the blocker Doflamingo. But it's not priority now, so we attack first for proper sequencing. They take. We play Nami. And what do we want to pick here? We have some interesting choices. We have Makino in hand, we have Zoro in hand and Robin, so a lot of free drops. And I would say in this situation we will pick Zoro. And our free drop for this turn will be Robin to pressure the board. We keep Zoro until we can put one down under the leader. And now they attack for 7k. Probably character Doflamingo let them place the marshal on the top so they can attack like that. And they return our Robin to hand because of his on-play ability. And they attack for 7k here. So we have to take it. No trigger. And another blocker. One don't open from our opponent. We draw, and again some interesting choices. So what I would do, we want to clear 4-drop for sure, and maybe force some blockers here. So we start like that. And start with the 4k swing to check him. It's a lower down investment to clear the character than to attack into leader, so we can play our turn more efficient and force him to waste some counters. Tsunami is on 3k. We can invest one down to either bring her into 6k and force some block here, or we can play Zoro and Brook to put Nami on 5k. And I would keep, or even better, we can play Vista to kill the blocker and then force him into blocking with Doflamingo character. So the play here will be Vista here. We pop one blocker, and now we check him again, this time with 6k. He's thinking because of 4 cards in hand, and decounter it anyway. so they really want this character on board, or they have some really good picks with the leader ability. Okay, so here, let's see if we can pressure him even more. Activate. And swing once again for 6k. It's a tough choice now for him. And they counter anyway. I did a misplay here, because I don't wanna use this Don anyway. So it would be more correct to attach Don into Nami to swing 7k. And then there would be no counter power from him. But yeah, it was a mistake. So let's see how he plays his turn. Probably Perona into Makino, Marshall into either Nami or Dadan, and swing 7k into us with leader ability. So it might be important turn for us. Yeah, 2k into Makino. We don't waste anything here. Basically at this point, with such swings, we don't waste counter cards. We will keep them for 7k swings probably. Yep, another blocker, another placing of the cards in any order that he wants. We have to pay attention, but he's placing cards on top, so probably the picks that he's happy with. And we have to deal with the board until it's overwhelming. And here 7k swing into another. As I said, we don't block it, we don't counter it. And now we proceed. Obviously he's keeping the blockers alive, and here's something very important. His hand is empty, so it means we can pressure him even more with our attacks. So we clear here. Okay. And in this point we can pressure Moria and see if we can get some blockers popped. As I said, empty hand, so there is no counter power, and if we pressure live now, we are giving him 3 cards instead of pressuring the board. And this is perfect turn for Zoro play. So we play Zoro. Pressure again like that. Block. And another Zoro. Pressure Moria again. He has empty hand. The next turn obviously he draws a card and play ability again, but he will use ability to clear our board. And we don't have any 1-drops on the board right now, so I'm not going to play Makino here. Might be, if I would count beforehand, I would play one of the Brooks to put 7k on leader Zoro. So another misplay here, or miscount. And here he's attacking 5k into Vista. And maybe he knows that there is nothing interesting. Okay, Mihawk we ignore. And now is the turning point where we are going to pressure life. So we can just swing. We have 10 dons open. That's the first, and we want to play Robin for sure. So it's 6. We want to pressure life, but we can pressure life without any don investment. So 3-6, and we have 4 dons left. So it would mean jet pistol into something, but yeah, 2000 is not enough to lower the Mihawk for the jet pistol. Maybe jet pistol Perona, but I'm not sure here. I think I much rather prefer to play Brook 2 times. So what I'm going to do is we swing anyway for FK here. So there is no counter power in hand. Okay, and now because it's maximal 2k counter, they have dawns rested. We can play Brook as we counted this time and swing for 7k. So we are sure he's taking the life. And now just play our Nico Robins and finish with Brook. And we pass. We don't want to keep Brook in hand for counter power because Mihawk is overwhelming anyway. We will be swinging for 9k at least without any dawn investment. And swings from Doflamingo might be 7k or more. So here you see I cannot even save Zoro from such attack, but on the other hand he's wasting 9k attack into the character that he's afraid of, and we can keep 3 life still. And next turn we have potential 5 attacks at least. Here he's going for life, and here's decision to make, because the only character that we cannot kill with Jet Pistol is Mihawk. I will counter here with Otama, and they have to play something for 9 cost, so might be Mihawk, or they are keeping the hand. But here we have kind of smart play, Boa Hancock. It's important that he can draw hand on block or when attacking, so it's priority target now to be removed. And our turn is interesting because we can either play Whitebeard and just don't do anything with our board, but it would be a waste here in my opinion, so we just pistol Boa first to be sure, and now we have 6 dawns to work with. So we attach 1 dawn to our leader, 1 for sure into Robin to pop Verona, and now we have to think. We can do 1, 2, 3 swings for 6k, and 1 will be for 7k. I mean Robin for 6, Brook for 5. So just in case any counter power happens, sorry, not counter power, counter event happens, we just swing with Robin for Verona. Okay, and now we can switch back to swinging for 5k to waste another event. So here was the Love Beam. So counter was for 4000 power, and they draw a card, so it's nice recycle from them. But here they take life, we pressure even more, and because he's playing blue color, we know that maximum attacks in the next turn are only from Doflamingo and Mihawk, so there is no hit. And again, proper sequencing, we attack with character first for 6k into leader, and now it's important decision from here. He knows that 1 more attack is coming, potentially for 7k here, so depending what's in hand, sorry, I forgot about the trigger, trigger, attacking effect. Okay, another level beam, so it's the second one now, probably, yes, it's the second one. And the last swing, all the dawns are tapped now, so they are wasted basically on small attacks, and we finish with the 7k attack here. They have to take it, and it's important because right now they cannot finish the game. They have to clean the board, and even if they play any blockers here, we have Diablo in hand. They play only 1 copy, but this game we have it early, and it's perfect in such matchup, because even if he plays more Doflamingos, maybe 7 cost Doflamingo, I think some people still play Boa Hancock, any other blocker, it doesn't matter. And even if I don't have Diablo here with such overwhelming board, it's just free swing into the leader. And because It's only one blocker right now. Maybe he has another one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 swings next turn. So we can pressure blockers. First 3 swings might be blocked if they are low, but we have also 10k counter power. Sorry, 10 dons in hand. So yeah, okay, we draw, and here's easy math. Dons are rested, so we have 2, 4, 6, yeah? 6 plus 5, we have 11k, so we just have to attack for 11k and it will be enough. So we can just Diable here, put all the dons, doesn't matter at this point, and just finish the game. GG. And we can play a rematch here, if they want. And we have a rematch. And again, against blue, I just want to go first. This hand is not good. I mean, we have a searcher, okay, but our early plays are questionable, so we mulligan the bad hands always. And even though this hand is not much better, we still have a searcher and some first turn play. Okay, for 2 dons we have Alvida from our opponent. Crush 1 card from your hand, return 1 opponent's character to their hand. So we can either kill her or just play the characters that give us some kind of advantage. And now here is a decision. We play Dadan first to search for some power, and we have Magura here. And now, because we have Sunny on board, we can attack for 5k with leader and then 6k with Sunny. And this is much more efficient than just attacking with leader once, especially that it's early game and we want to pressure as much as possible. A sequence like that here might be some trigger from life. But I want to leave the bigger attack second. And here is important thing. Sunny is tapped, so they probably want to clear it with an attack like that, okay? And we can let it, it's no problem in the early stage. But if they use ability from Alvida, doesn't matter what they return here. It's good for us, because they are all on play characters here. Now they play Verona. Sorting cards on top. They found something useful here, and it's Mihawk, priority target for us, and swing into us with 7k. So we take it, and immediately we trigger pistol into the Mihawk. It's important because it's a card roll for our opponent, and we cannot allow it. If we had no trigger, we would just attack next turn into Mihawk here, especially that our opponent has no blockers. We draw, and we have 5 dons in this turn. So we want to use them, 3 dons for sure on Nani and Dadan. They have all dons rested, so we can start like that. I start with Dadan and then Nani, but because we know that we want to attack first, to not show our moves in this turn, we attack into Alvida, and we check if we get any counters here. And we have a nice counter, 1k counter, no Boa Hancock, this in hand, so maybe he has more, or maybe they are on the top of the deck. And here we can invest 1 don into swing with Maga, and this time it's done. And it's important for us because they try to defend it with 1k, they wasted 1 card from hand, and this is our whole strategy for Doflamingo opponent. Okay, now we can proceed with the usual plan. And I don't attack with leader yet because I don't know what I will find with Dadan. And here we get another Nami or Otama, but we have one Otama in hand. We don't need any more of them, so we take Nami for board presence. We know we play 2 Namis this turn, so we attack first in case of any triggers. Okay, we wasted 2 counters and we search with Nami. We want to pressure even more, especially that the hand size is not so big from our opponent. We have 2 Zoros, so we want at least 1 from this search. We play another Nami and we take another Zoro because it's the only option here. Only Zoro has Straw Hat through card type, and we finish our turn with overwhelming board. Our opponent has 6 downs for this turn, probably try to clean board a little bit, and here's the interesting thing. He's going 3000 into 2000 here, and the next attack will be into Dadan, and Dadan is important for us because Dadan is 5k swing with 1 down investment. So I'm going to play Otama here to counter, and now he's forced to choose which character they want to clear, and we cannot really counter anything here. And Magura is important because it's a target for any buff from Makino or another Magura. We draw and we have Rushers in hand, Jet Pistol and Jet Pistol and 7 Dawn to use. So normally with Zoro in hand we would go 1 Dawn into Zoro and 2 swings with our Zoros, but we don't have place for that. So what we wanna do instead, we want to take care of the board first. So attack into Verona to check any 2k counters. I doubt it, but maybe they want to block. And it's important with Kuma, I can clear him with Jet Pistol, but I want to save it in case they have Pacifista in hand. So we pressure Verona for 2k counter, and it's important, we have still 6 downs, we are not doing any investment into this attack. We put Dawn under our leader, but we want to do it regardless. And now we can choose, we can clear him and get Pacifista on board, or we can try and pressure life. And in this case, I will try and clear him. And I'm going to do it because first he can play counter or use blocker here, but also because if we kill it, then we can immediately Jet Pistol anything from our opponent. But they defended, and there is only one more play I can do here to pressure Pacifista. Swipe with leader Zoro, and we force the block here. And now here's the point, it's 5k blocker, they have 2 cards, still might be Pacifista. So what I'm going to do here is deploy Zoro, put Dawn underneath and pressure the life. I'm okay if they clear Zoro next turn, because I have another 2 in hand, and the next turn is Whitebeard turn anyway. So this Pacifista or Kuma is irrelevant here at this stage of game, and we already have 2 life advantage. So they clear Dadan, probably leader attack into Zoro. They play Gecko Moria from hand and add What did they add? Perona, yeah? Yeah, draw Perona from trash and try to set up Reader's ability to swing into our Zoro probably. So nice sequencing here, playing a Komoria to get back Perona, to prepare the deck for the swing into our Zoro character. Smart play and good sequencing from our opponent, and another Komoria on board. This one we don't counter, we don't have any counter power, 4 cards in hand, but what's important for us is that he's tapped, and we can see a lot of characters on board, they start to win on board, so we have to react in a way. So first thing is we play Whitebeard in such situation. When the board is such overwhelming state, they want to pressure us next turn. So we keep our characters standing, we play Whitebeard and just swing for 7k into the leader to pressure the life or pressure the hand. We will see what they choose. And the next turn they can swing 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but to swing 4 times they have to invest 8 dons, so it's a lot. And maybe use leader ability, and then they will have 1 don left. You see, they already tried to swing with Moria, but then they see, okay, it's 7k. Yeah? And at this point I will just counter with Sunny, because we are not going to use him in any way. They play Perona again to prepare for leader's ability, 7k swing anyway required, and 1 don for ability, so again smart move from opponent to prepare the deck for the big swing and play, in this case, Vanilla Komoria, and we have 9k swing, so they might be testing for our counters, but also I have 4 life, so there is no need from me to counter. We have 2 dons open, so it's so I know already that it will be level of beam. And what we can do here, first of all, let me think a little bit. We have 2 Zoras to play, or we can put 2 dons here to swing for 5, so it would be 2 for 6 dons, 7 under leader, just for the swings. And then we can put 1 more, maybe 2 here to clear Perona, but it's not smart, but we can pressure the hand this way and keep our Zoros in hand. Or just Jet Pistol here and then try to pressure. But I would say it's more efficient at this point to just go like that first and see if we're going to bite anything, because hand size of our opponent is not so big. We can bite even counter with our smaller characters. Obviously it would be much better if we have Makino or Magura in hand, but we have to play with the things that we have. So we're gonna pressure again, this time counter, probably the one from life, so it's important information. We pressure again for 5, and we still have just enough dons to put another Zoro for 6k swing. So they have to defend 3 other attacks. If they have 2k counter and beam, they are able to do that, but here they have 1 blocker and beam in hand, maybe draw a card, so it should be game for us, but we will see. 6k now. And we have Love of Beam. And now, depending on hand, if they have 2k counter, they draw one card, maybe they prepare 2k counter, maybe not. We will see what happens. So we play Zoro before Newgate, swing for 6, and now we see what's up, what's in our opponent's hand. And they take, it's smart move because we have Edward Newgate, so it doesn't matter what they have in hand, they will just block with Kuma. So we swing for 11k, they block. Unfortunately they don't have anything back. And in this turn we have to just defend as much as possible because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 swings, but they prefer to use Perona to clear the board. KO one Nami. Clear another one. At this point, I mean, it would be tough because I have 3 cards in hand. They don't see my hand, that 2 my cards are basically useless. So they try to clean the board. We have additional attack from Moria and Doflamingo, and I prefer to keep the counters to save Edward Newgate. And here we have 12k into Edward, probably even more, 14k into Edward. And as I said, I don't have enough counter power. So it's done. Edward Newgate done, 5k, and probably we can expect some block of him. Yes. And one long open. And here is the thing that because they have just 2 cards in hand, and even better, we don't even have to use the jet pistol, we just use Vista, pop the blocker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, should be 12k, so there is no way that they can counter it, even with event in hand, as you can see, no possibility. GG. Send. Opponent has disconnected and we win. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Take it easy.